heard about Country Sunday amongst your people or about your traditional meal? Why is that Country Sunday different from the calendar day, Sunday, like you know it? Or why is the traditional meal amongst your people? Well, welcome to the Summon, the African Summon, where we connect you to Africa and African culture. Today we'll be talking about Country Sunday and the traditional meal amongst the people of Bali Nyonga. And our guest today is Akwa Nyonga the Third, who's here to talk to us about Country Sunday and the traditional meal amongst these people. Be sure to invite your friends, your neighbors, your loved ones, and join us for this edition. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like our video, and share. Welcome, Ba.
Thank you, Manu.
Ba, it's so nice to have you back. And I'd like to start by telling us something we might not really know about your people, the people of Bali Nyonga.
Thank you. The Bali Nyonga people is a subset of the Chamba tribe from Sudan. In Cameroon, the Chambas are found in Adamawa, in the Chamba subdivision. In Northwest, they are found in the Balikumbat subdivision, made up of the Balikumbat, the Baligasu, and the Baligansen. In Mezam division, they are found in Santa, called Baligam, and in Bali subdivision called the Bali Nyonga.
Did I hear that there's a stock of barley in Nigeria?
Sure. They are found in the Tabara state in northern Nigeria.
Okay.
Tabara.
So these are all people who moved from Sudan, but somehow settled in different areas, but they are all brothers, so to speak.
Yeah, through migrations.
Okay. All right. So tell us, what is the Country Sunday amongst your people, and why is it observed?
Yeah, the Country Sunday is a day of rest because my people are farmers. They were mainly farmers, and today a good number are still farmers. So we will respect the 8-day week, 8 days in a week, of which the market day called Jifun is a rest day or a Country Sunday. We would also call Foncham. Foncham is also a rest day. Now, Bali is a cluster settlement where the surrounding are farmlands or farm settlements. So every farmland or settlement has its own rest day again. So generally in Bali, there are 3 Country Sundays, 3 rest days for those who are farmers, where they don't go to a farm at all. So they only work for 5 days of the week. Just like in our modern day, we have 7 days in a week with weekends, Friday, with Saturday and Sunday. And people work only from Monday to Fridays. So people work for 5 days of the 8-day week in Bali, in the farm. So,
with an 8-day week, it gets a little bit hard for somebody who's familiar with the 7-day system to really wrap their mind around how an 8-day week runs. And so help us. You mentioned that the market day is a Sunday. How can a market day be a Sunday? Help us to understand because a notion of a Sunday is a day of rest. So if you're going to the market, isn't that work? So help us understand that notion, and then why are they 2 or 3 Sundays? Is one more of a rest day than another, or please?
Okay, thank you for that question. The first part is that those in the village, they have these 8 days in their mindset, fixed in their mindset. So if, for example, someone is going to a village for an occasion, you first of all find out on which day will it be. Because on the market day, everybody are in the town. They leave the suburbs and come to the town to go to a main market to sell their crops also. So day in the village is standard for them. You find out it's fixed. But those of us who are out of the village, you have to go to a village and to see a relative, to be sure of meeting a relative, and first find out, at first phone and find out when will something that I want to go be. Will the market day, or a day before market day, then I can go. Because surely I will meet the person. Go and left the suburb or wherever to go and sell something in the market. If you don't do that, you go and you not meet anybody. Most of them will be in the farms, the farm settlements. Rest days, market day, yes, market is business. But when I talk of rest, people don't go to a farm at all because it's a farming population. It was a highly farming population, but today it's a farming population. We don't go to a farm. But we do other things, business and so on.
So selling wasn't considered to be work. Farming was considered to be work then. So the rest is rest from their work, which is farming. And so going to the market was more going to sell their produce, which was not necessary. It was a rest from work. I get it now. And then the second Sunday you mentioned, is there another?
It's called Foncham. Foncham.
Is that another day of rest, or is there some activity for the Foncham?
No, the Foncham is a day of rest too. From the farms still.
So would that be similar to what a Sunday would be, where no work is done, no trading is done, nothing is done, people just stayed home?
Yeah, people stay home. But with the modern context, those who have their stores or their shops, who will do their profession like sewing or carpentry and so on, they still go ahead and do it. But the idea is not to work the farm.
Okay, all right.
Not to hoe or to clear.
So what are the different seasons, months that are observed in Bali? And what's the significance?
Thank you for the question. In Bali, there are two main seasons: the rainy season and the dry season. The rainy season, which starts around March till about November. Of course, now today with the climate change, things are not very certain again, not very sure and certain as in the past. And the dry season starts around late November to about late February. And then the months of the year, it follows a lunar calendar at the Orient, 13 months of the year. And then the new year is around March, where you have the Vomsoa, where a rite is usually carried out called Voma, which is a fertility rite. And this lunar year New Year is found almost in the Orient. Go to Iran, go to China, and so on. It's around March. I don't have this spring also, Europe. When plants start having their leaves back. It's around March like that.
That's pretty interesting. And so what's the importance of recognizing the start of the year with fertility month? When you talk of fertility, are you talking about reproduction for a woman? Because naturally, when we're thinking of fertility, we seldom, or are you referring to the agrarian nature of the people where they are going to plant and they are thinking about getting a harvest?
It's about that planting, because it's fertility of the soil, fertility of the soil, because there people have to feed all over the world. Survival is a main field, because all along up to December, up to about February or so, they've been consuming what they have planted, the corn and so on. That when they start planting fresh corn, which takes us to the staple meal, which is from corn, fufu corn from corn. So that's the beginning of the year, a fresh beginning. Yeah.
So, but are the traditional days of the week still observed among the people of Bali Nyonga?
Those who are in the village, it's highly respected and observed. They think only in terms of those traditional days. If I go to Bali, maybe for a funeral or for any occasion, their mindset is on the 8th day. And they try not to convert the 8 days to the wasting 7 days.
Got you. So, does Bali have a traditional meal? And what is it?
We have a traditional meal which is called the fufu corn. The fufu corn comes from maize, corn or maize flour, which is turned into balls. Is crushed, shifted, then cooked into balls, white balls, eaten with huckleberry with palm oil called jama.
So please walk us through how it is prepared, please. I know that you started doing exactly that, but please just kind of, for somebody who doesn't know how fufu corn is made, how the jama is made, what it's eaten with, help us, walk us through the steps.
Okay, thank you. For the fufu corn, they get dry corn, you crush in a machine, you powder to flour, corn flour. They use a shift to shifter it. And then it's the flour now that is, you put water on the fire. When it's very hot now, you start putting the flour there and then you turn it. It needs a lot of energy and a lot of skill and experience to come up with very soft, juicy balls that you eat with huckleberry, corn jama that's been cooked and turned with oil and some pepper. Then the traditional meat in Bali is the cow meat. Some other tribes you have symbolic meat like pigs, goats, and fowls. But in Bali is the cow, the beef. Even when I eat fufu corn and jama and beef, I don't drink water. So as not to wash the taste in my mouth. I can do water after a long time.
So, but and how is it served? Is it how do you put the fufu, the jama and the beef together?
Okay, thanks for that question. Now you have 2 pans. You have the bigger bowl for the fufu and a smaller bowl for the jama. But as we're growing up, we had a basket, a basket, flat basket, like a tray, where they will put there several of them. And it was a common meal where all the male children came to the pa's parlor and they ate with the pa. And the children, their vegetable would put in their palms. It will be the adult that will be taking the vegetable directly from the bowl. But the children will put that in their palms. And to ask them to economize in jama and eat more fufu. And of course, I grew up, I saw some stones, in the front of our compound. We're told that in those days, when the mother they cooked the fufu corn because the polygamy was rife, there were stones there, many stones. They would take the fufu corn and jama out of the gate, and the paths will, we have this settlement, family living together, the brothers and so on, they will come out there and sit there. Any passerby will join them. And it helped a lot because it helped that openness, helped to make the population of Bali to grow. For example, Bali Nyonga was led by a woman. So it was the smallest of all of them. But because of that generosity, we go to many compounds, there are families that were not of blood connection. But just they came there to eat that meal, then they decided out to settle. And they gave them space in the compound and they build and have become now one family due to that generosity.
When you say they were led by a woman, you're talking about the Bali Nyonga.
They were led by a woman. Nyonga is a woman, the name of a woman. It's well, the name of a man and a woman. But he was a woman who led Bali Nyonga. And in addition, Bali Nyonga, we have this gender balance in Bali Nyonga. Unlike other people we have the gender balance there because if you go to the level of the chiefdom, you have 3 palaces. Of course, the first palace is that of the chief, who is usually a male. Then the second palace is that of the stepsister, called Fongwi. It's a palace they do for her. Then the mother or the king mother has her own palace too. So the ratio is 2:1. At the level of the family, I'm a family head. I have an assistant who's a male. I have now another one who is a sister, a stepsister, who is called a Tangvi. At the name of the village is called Fongvi. At the name of the compound is called Tangvi. Then, in addition to that, my mother is called the successor mother. She also has an important place too in the compound. So there is the functions are two. The successor and his assistant, then the step sister who is the Tangbi, and the mother of the successor. So we have gender balance in the family. And in addition to that too, when the man dies, the farmland, the wives, their farmland now becomes the land for the wives of their sons. The wives of their sons now inherit their mother-in-law's farms. So we have gender balance in Bali.
So back to the eating in front of the compound. You were saying that there were seats. Is it wood? Stones which were placed there, and does everybody eat from the same basket, or are they eating individually? Because I got the part where you said the kids ate from their hands, but for the adults, is it like a big tray which is put with or basket which is put with the fufu corn and the njama and the meat, or is it served and everybody ate in their own plate?
Okay, in those days, it was like this, well, it was because a long range of stones, they will surely divide the food in bags, in those trays, and then serve maybe a group, one about two or three or four groups, depending on the population of those who are eating, or with the vegetables too, to happen. And also for this fellowship and solidarity, there's a saying that if you are approaching a house, a past house, and people are inside and they're not talking, means they're eating, you run and go and take your own share of the meal. And if you come there, you don't greet anybody, just wash your hand and start eating. Because if you greet people and you don't eat, when they finish, you can't wipe their hands on your head. But see that fellowship and solidarity. Because somebody eating a house doesn't mean I was hungry. No, it's that fellowship and solidarity we brought people together.
That's very funny, but if you don't join them to eat, and if you don't eat, they need to wipe their hands on your head. I remember that. All right. So, what's the origin of this meal? This fufu corn and jama, and how did it come about becoming the traditional meal of the people of Bali Nyonga?
Okay, I think environmental factors are important because in the area there's always a common food crop that grows, they plant food that grows. But the Balipo, they started from the north of Cameroon when they left Sudan. So there they had this fufu corn and which was made from millet.
So they had a kind of fufu which was made from millet, not fufu corn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So when they moved to where they are today in the northwest, where millet does not grow, and thank God, corn grows. So the corn was used now as a substitute. And that's why
So did they always have njama as the thing to eat with the millet as well?
Well, in the north, today those in the north they eat mainly fufu corn and okra.
Okay.
Okra. Yeah, I'm sure when they were there with that okra thing also. But I was not there and I don't have what about but surely it should be that fufu corn and millet fufu and okra. Okay. But what we have today, it's that huckleberry.
So there's a major it's really adaptation. So what is prevalent in that is what the people start eating in abundance, and it becomes their unique thing.
Yes.
My mom used to cook the traditional meal on what we understood was the traditional day. And I'm trying to understand, is it that traditional meals are eaten on the traditional Sunday exclusively, or is it that it can be eaten on any other day? So is it a meal you can eat every day, or how is it eaten?
Okay, in Bali, the fufu corn and jama is eaten on daily basis.
On the 8 days.
You know, majority of the days, other food stuff can just come just a variety. There's a staple meal food. When you say staple, the most popular meal food, during the week. Others can come in like variety, just but out of the 8 days, about 3 days or 4 or 5 can be the full corn. And then occasion like marriages, the full corn must be there for marriages and for certain death celebrations. They're like symbolic food.
So I'm glad you said that. So when you have an occasion like a marriage, a death, the birth of a child, is it important then that it must be present? And if it's not present, are the consequences? What's the significance of having the traditional meal at a Bali wedding or a Bali funeral or a born house? What's the significance of that?
It's symbolic. It represents the village. It's just like a national flag of a country. Or when you have the football matches, they sing the national anthem. It's sometimes in the DNA that become like the DNA of the group, an identity symbol for the group. Which, if in a marriage and so on, there's no full corner, of course, it might be nullified. Symbolic, highly symbolic. And that tradition is discipline. Tradition is, some people might look at tradition as negative, it's discipline. You look at those groups of people who are progressive, like the Chinese today, they are highly disciplined. Or you come to Cameroon, for example, the Bamili case, they are highly disciplined. If you are not disciplined, you cannot achieve anything. So the Bamili have a very strong tradition of discipline. And that's why they're able to make it more than any other people who are not highly disciplined like them.
So, but tell us, is fufu corn and jama the only thing that's eaten of significance? Or I know around the grass fields, things like palm wine, things like kola nuts, things like gizzards are prevalent in terms of symbolism. Which of these is significant among the people of Bali, and are there others that I may not have mentioned? And what do they signify, and how are they used?
Okay, to add to that, we are not living in a vacuum. We have neighbors too, and the neighbors are achu is our main food. So we also eat achu. Yeah, we are borrowed from our neighbors. So we have cocoyam soup. So we eat achu, but not as regular as vukon. And then you have this wine, palm wine. Before the beer came and so on, with the palm wine and corn beer. But corn beer takes time and so on. So the palm wine is the commonest wine that we have in Bali. And it's used for marriages. Because it's a symbol, very highly symbolic for marriages. The bride takes, the father puts wine in the cup, traditional cup,
palm
gives
wine.
your daughter to go and the palm wine, give to your daughter to go and save the husband and give to the husband. She goes, she drinks, gives to the husband, and then the husband empties and put money inside, and she comes back and gives to her father. So traditional marriage cannot work without palm wine. It's a must. Without palm wine.
Palm wine gained its notoriety from its being prevalent as the local drink. So there were others, but it was more accessible, and so it became the symbol of the drink of significance. It became the drink that identified the people and created that discipline and identity, like you put it. And is it the only thing? Is it the only thing of significance? Do you have any others?
Yeah, you have today. You have money, you have beer and other beverages that are common today. But the palm wine has its own pride of place, especially at marriages. Okay. And traditional region, like pouring libation also. Mm-hmm. So that's your own place.
So what about, do you guys use gizzards? Do you do any other kola nuts? Do you do kola nuts? So
yeah, kola nuts are shared too. When there's an occasion, there's kola nuts, they break them up, put in a bowl, and go around and serve everybody there with the pieces, each pieces of the kola nut.
To everybody?
No,
There's particular.
whatever occasion you're having, it's a male that does it. But the women can now, by the tradition, when you have a gathering, you have the group, the male aspect, you have what they call a guanla. The guanla is a servant for the male. Then on the part of the women, they have their own two guanla and their own one who serve them too. But in town today, occasionally funeral and so on, the guanla that now the male serve mainly drinks, the women now serve food. I mean today, in the context like last week I was at the funeral. Of course, it's mixed. The women are made to serve food to all those places. The male guanla serve the drinks, the various beer and so on.
So I'm still trying to get to the significance of the kola nut bar. So when it's brought, who breaks it and how is it shared? Is there what significance is attached to it?
Okay, the kola nut. People of goodwill. Some people just going to occasion they have that they just buy their kola nut. When they come there, they hand to the person concerned.
Okay.
They hand it to the guanla, to the servant, who will split it up with those pieces and then serve round. The symbol of act of fellowship again and solidarity, togetherness. That symbol.
And are those the only items of significance? The palm wine, the kola nut you guys have, and do you guys use the gizzard? Do you use
the gizzard? From chicken. Yeah, the gizzard. If you have chicken that have been prepared, the gizzards are put in a bowl, small bowl, and go around. They go around to the elders, and each elder will pick one. You don't give to them. You just put in a bowl. Maybe about 10 chickens were killed. The 10 gizzards are there. It goes round. Not to everybody. It goes. The target, but elders. Goes. Myself at my age now, I'm 70 years old. So I'm a beneficiary now. Because most occasions I'm one of the oldest part around.
I've always been curious about the gizzard because I think it's one of the least significant or healthy parts of a fowl, and to think that it is the part that has been selected to be the most important, given it so much reverence. I'm trying to understand why does it have that significance? The entire fowl is cooked and then the gizzard is missing. What does it mean? Or is it nothing?
Okay, the gizzard is the machine. I say the machine in the stomach of the fowl. The machine that grinds all the maize, the corn, whatever it eats. And some people might consider the gizzard as the fowl itself, as a symbol of the fowl. So if the gizzard is not there, it means that the fowl is not there.
So it doesn't matter how many pieces of chicken are present. If the gizzard is missing, you don't bring it to honor the elders. Do they consider it offensive? Please talk to us. That's what I'm trying to get at. What happens?
Yeah, if the gizzard is not brought and served to the elders, it would be like if the elder have been undermined. They have been pushed to the background. They don't have any value. And in our African society, age is very essential, very important. The age is revered, is respected. Yeah. So if you don't bring the gizzard and share to the elders, you will be as if you have undermined them. You have ignored them.
Or insulted them, maybe.
Insult too. You have ignored them, you have undermined them, you have insulted them.
So what are the consequences? So, okay, you're insulted. Are there any consequences to feeling insulted?
Well, if you don't bring the gizzard, it means that you have not provided the fowl. Mm-hmm. Then everything will be nullified. The consequence will be nullified. You will find, you find another fowl or other fowl. If you were supposed to provide, if the law says you give 3 chickens and you don't have 3 gizzard, then everything will be nullified. You have to provide another 3 chickens.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So in practice, how often do people get fined?
My experience, I've never experienced that, because people are aware. Those are things that people are aware of. You cannot provide for to a group. You provide a chicken without a gizzard. No, it's not. It's not heard of.
Okay. So
Yes.
the system of respect is well known that when you cook, make sure that the gizzard is saved and it's presented. Okay, so let's say something happened. It fell on the ground, it got dirty, something happened, there was an accident. Are there ways to overcome those kind of mishaps, which um, critical as they are, can be able to atone for the absence of maybe one gizzard?
So if this absence is justified,
Mhm.
then you pay some token fine for that.
Okay,
Right.
that's good. All right,
Yeah.
but
And you know that in our tradition now, in our tradition token, if for example you have to offer a whole fowl,
mhm.
mm, for an occasion, and you don't have the money also to offer, you just come with a feather of the fowl.
Oh,
You present a feather and it's accepted.
wow. Thank you. Thank you for your time and for sharing this wisdom with us. It's important that our people get to know the culture and why we do things the way we do them, and that you would make time to be able to educate us on this important symbols and traditions that we are eating fufu and jama. We're drinking palm wine. we're practicing the use of the gizzard, but we don't know. So thank you so much for your time. Do you have any final words for our audience?
Yeah, the only final word is that yes, we are subject to evolution, but we should respect our traditions because tradition is discipline. Is discipline. You don't follow your tradition, you will not be disciplined. And if you are not disciplined, you cannot achieve anything. So let's respect our tradition. That's the beginning. We respect our tradition in order to be disciplined to forge ahead successfully. Thank you.
Well, you've heard it from Akwa Nyonga the third, and I hope now enriched you're equipped with wisdom to go find out what traditions and customs there exist amongst your people. And that's all for today. Until next time, I'm Manondo Akono saying thank you for responding to this.